In this video, I am apologizing for some things that I said.
Welcome back. Let's just dive right into this one because it is buzzing the internet as we speak. Have you seen the apology video that this guy dropped on the internet over his social pages? Yes, sir. His name is Hawk Podcast. The black communities look up to him as an ally, right? But he went after Jasmine Crockett. After he went after Jasmine Crockett, a lot of people went after him that he did not do his research very well for saying all of that he said online, right? And a lot of people are just disappointed because they looked up to him as an ally towards the black community. So I guess maybe after the feedback, the backlash that he received, maybe, or maybe after he listened to his own video that he made about Jasmine Crockett. Just to remind ourselves, we all know that Jasmine Crockett, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, she lost in Texas, right? Now, I guess a lot of people are expecting her to join James Tallarico to campaign for this midterm election coming up. And to some people, she is not helping James Tallarico. To some people, she is acting slower. They want her to pick up the pace and join James Tallarico in campaigning. So this guy came out, he said a lot of things, and I guess after he realizes that what he said was okay, he did not do his research, and he came out to drop this apology video that a lot of people are still, they still got something to say. I'm gonna roll how people reacting to this and join the conversation down there in the comment section. How do y'all feel about it? Do y'all give him credit for coming out? Or, let's just continue the conversation down there. We are gonna add more thought at the end of the video. Credit to the creators.
Another apology video? No, I have not seen the apology video, but I have people down in my comment section over on Threads and on Instagram telling me that there is an apology video, a 10-minute apology video, asking me my thoughts on the apology video. I have not seen the apology video. I will not go looking for the apology video. I haven't no interest in watching the apology video. I have seen well-read black girls' response to the apology video. And from her comments, I'm able to gather what was in the apology video. I'm not interested. And I want to go on to further say this. I am not a call-out page. I want to make this clear. I don't want to go back and forth with content creators, with fellow content creators, whether I follow them or not. I don't want to go back and forth with creators. Lately I have found myself in squabbles all over the internet. I've even got myself going back and forth with Keith Edwards. Keith Edwards had the unmitigated gall to invite me onto his channel. Bitch, I will never grace your channel with my presence. Ever. The game that Don Lemon plays, I don't play. I recognize who you are. I recognize how you operate. You operate in anti-blackness, chaos, and division. That's how you operate. You reek of it. And I don't want any of that stench to get on me. I will never go over to your channel, Keith Edwards. With that said, I don't want to go back and forth with these people. I have just gotten to the point where I am sick and tired of these people going after Jasmine Crockett, making her the villain. She's not in this race anymore. Y'all got what y'all wanted. They got what they wanted. They wanted James Tallarico, they use all kind of nasty, dirty tactics, and James Tallarico won, and Jasmine Crockett lost. But that's not good enough. James Tallarico campaign is not going well. And now they want the black woman that they didn't want to put him on her back and to carry him across the finish line. And if she doesn't do it, they will continue to harass and bully and stalk her, thinking that she will eventually cave and do that. Now, I don't know what Jasmine Crockett is going to do. I just wanted to finally speak up and say, none of this shit is going to work. Even if Jasmine Crockett went out and campaigned for James Tallarico, too much has been done and too much has been said. The too much is anti-blackness, racism, chaos, and division. Everybody has seen it. Black people down in Texas have seen it. And if Jasmine decided to campaign for that man tomorrow, it won't change anything. So it would behoove all of these people who are rooting for James Tallarico to get busy to working for James Tallarico. His opponent is Ken Paxton. Start talking about the deviltry that is Ken Paxton. Start talking about all the things that he has done. Jasmine is not in the race. Focus your time and your energy on the two men that are in the race. Now, I'm going to get back to do what it is that I do, and that is to talk politics and to call out the dirty shit that Republicans do. Because they are the ones in control of the House, the Senate, the White House, and the Supreme Court. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. They are the threat. They are the problem. They are the reason that inflation is so high. I'm going to get back to doing that. 95% politics and 5% goofy, having fun. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not a call-out page. And if I see these comments from this point forward, I'm going to delete them. Yeah, I'm going to delete them. I'm not going back and forth with Hawk for y'all.
In this video, I am apologizing for some things that I said.
We don't care. we don't care because y'all gonna do it again in the next couple of months. The issue is not holding politicians accountable. I want white people in general to understand that this is not about holding politicians accountable or not being able to hold black politicians accountable or calling out black people. The issue that we have is that you guys are consistently doing this with no real evidence to support any of the claims. You literally just jump to the worst opinions or the worst judgments about black people with no evidence to back what you're thinking is going on. A lot of you ignored the fact that Jasmine Crockett endorsed James Tallarico, and then when it was pointed out to you that she in fact did endorse James Tallarico after you guys said she didn't, a lot of you doubled down on being wrong, or you moved the goalpost to, well, she's not doing everything in her power to get him elected. Why the fuck should she? We understand that a primary happens and the primaries can get ugly. Politics in this country is ugly. But when it becomes crystal clear that it's more than just a primary or just an election happening, and you guys are looking at this black woman who is leaps and bounds qualified for the job that she's applying for, and you are making the argument that he's more palatable, she's ghetto, she's loud, white people won't vote for her in Texas, or, you know, he's more acceptable, he can win over MAGA voters, it becomes clear that it's more than just you guys, you know, participating in a primary and supporting the candidate that you want to win. You literally made the argument that Tallarico didn't need black voters in Texas to win. He was going to win without black voters. And all he had to do was win over a few MAGA supporters. And now after that primary where a lot of you were being anti-black, you were listening to surrogates that don't even fucking live in Texas, You are realizing that you can't win, Tallarico can't win without black voters, and instead of you saying, damn, we fucked up in the primary, maybe we shouldn't have been anti-black, you are attempting to bully black people into supporting this man who has done almost no work to motivate black voters to vote for him after the Democratic primary, where a lot of you were being anti-black, and you are still doubling down in your anti-blackness. Hawk blocked me when I called him out in the chorus debacle, where people that were on this app and all across social media were jumping into this conversation about chorus, and they were predominantly targeting black content creators that were a part of chorus with no evidence to support anything. They literally were lying on people, saying that the Democratic Party is paying these people to not talk about Gaza, when multiple of these people, because they are literally my mutuals, had devoted their platform to talking about Gaza. So the argument made no sense on its face, but it didn't matter to people like Hawk and a lot of content creators on this app and all across social media. Those facts didn't matter to them because they believe that these black people with zero evidence were in the wrong and judged them harshly. You blocked me when I pointed out to you that you are an attorney and you are making an argument based in nothing. You have done zero due diligence and fact finding to figure out if what you believe, the argument that you are making, it's true. And you block me for that reason. And you want me to believe that you're sorry. What? It is a literal fucking pattern with you guys, where you guys see some conversations about someone black, you believe the worst about them with no evidence, and then you retract your original argument and you apologize. Fuck your apology. And fuck you, Hawk, and everyone else like you. Suffer.
Still so focused on me. Bro, like, I'm not running. Okay? So, like, focus on the people that are in the race. So if you have this urge to be like, oh, Jasmine this, Jasmine that, maybe use that energy towards Kim Paxton this, Kim Paxton that. Because last time I checked, no matter how much I end up being a part of the conversation, there is one person that is guaranteed not to become the next senator in the state of Texas, and that's Jasmine Felicia Crockett.
Queen Jasmine, boy, she didn't forget a single shitty comment any of James Tallarico's supporters made during the primary. I made video after video saying this is exactly what was going to happen when you shit on someone, when you say someone like Queen Jasmine should be blacklisted from the party for even running for the Senate. I have these quotes on my page. Your favorite guy said Queen Jasmine was a slave for Israel when she has the exact same stance on Israel as James Tallarico does. And I said during the primary, if you kept doing this shit, that it was going to backfire when the primary was open. And that looks exactly like what's going to happen. Now, I hope Queen Jasmine gets out there for James Tallarico because we need James to win. And I'm going to do my part to help him. But I also don't blame her for not forgetting, because I wouldn't fucking forget either. I'm petty as shit. I would have remembered every fucking comment too. I probably would have made it hard on him too, to be honest with you. So if you want to come together after a primary, support your fucking person and don't be complete fucking scumbags to the other. You can't find one negative video, one negative comment I made about James Tallarico during that primary. Not one. I boosted Queen Jasmine. But 10 to 15% of James Tallarico's supporters could not do that. They had to spend the whole time shitting on Queen Jasmine, and now they're crying because she's not just coming out head over heels to get James elected. I hope she does, but I also don't blame her for remembering every fucking thing that was said about her. I'm on vacation this week, as you can see, at the beach. I'll check in as much as I can. That's all I got. Y'all be good.
Sounds about white, doesn't it? Y'all don't believe that Jasmine's doing everything she can to support that white man y'all pushed in front of her. Fuck Tallarico and fuck y'all. This was supposed to be the candidate. Nobody else. Jasmine Crockett is not obligated to do shit but stay black and die. At the moment, we don't believe she's doing all she could do to be helping us avoid Kim Paxton. Well, y'all hoes did everything y'all could to make sure she didn't get in office. Y'all used identity politics against her. She was on the ground at the ICE detention center. She was in every room from clubs to the damn Congress Hall. And y'all decided to put the comb over in front of her. Like I said before, fuck Tallarico. Fuck what y'all did to Jasmine Crockett during election night in Dallas County. Black people do not owe y'all shit. And let me let y'all white leftists know something. Just because you don't wear a MAGA hat or a white hood does not make you not racist. I sit here and talk about fucking fascism as if black folks haven't been living with that shit ×2 since the inception of this fucking country. Kind of funny how y'all think y'all owed that black woman support along with black people. Like y'all don't have to earn that shit. I'm a petty bitch. I hope y'all lose. The next time y'all remember that black folks are the backbone of the Democratic Party. And when y'all sidestep us, there will be fucking repercussions. Now leave that black woman alone.
Hi, this message is for Hawk. Yes, business in the front, party in the back. Yeah, if that's not you, then scroll along. I'll wait. Hi. I saw your little raggedy video about Jasmine Crockett and all of that misinformation. I find it interesting that you did all of that, claiming and stating that she would not win the state of Texas. Yet, all of y'all, well, not all, a lot of y'all are asking, begging for her to support James Tallarico. What I also find interesting is that she endorsed him after she conceded. So we're not being honest here. So Jasmine Crockett did her job. She didn't win, and that's okay. It is not her job to encourage black voters to vote for him. It's his job to earn the black vote. Okay? So, Jasmine Crockett is back doing what she's been doing since day one, fighting for this country and fighting for democracy. Leave her alone. Thank you.
So let me get this straight. Some of y'all chose to use your Juneteenth to go after Jasmine Crockett because she decided not to do with her free time to support a candidate like James Tallarico, the same James Tallarico that allowed his fan base to tarnish her image, lie on her name, and also be fucking openly racist to her. Jasmine Crockett doesn't owe you a damn thing at the end of the day. Had y'all played nice and fair and did the primaries like you should have did, I guarantee you she probably would be supporting James Tallarico. But because y'all chose to go about it the way you did, you had to lie on her name, say, oh, she's tied to AIPAC this, she's tied to AIPAC that, had Keith Edwards lying on her name time and time again. She's like, nah, I ain't gonna help these people. Fuck these people. They are on their own. You guys wanted to make sure that she was not in office. She's doing what you guys want. You didn't want her to play a role. You said she was too polarizing. You said you needed a candidate like James Tallarico. If you needed a candidate like James Tallarico, why do you need Jasmine Crockett to campaign for him? I thought he was good enough to win on his own. I thought James Tallarico was going to be convincing enough to get the black vote. Is it in reality that you knew you needed Jasmine Crockett and her black vote? So that's why you should have did the primaries fair. You shouldn't have been tarnishing and going at her name. And now you are dealing with the consequences of your actions. So yeah, miss me with the bullshit that Jasmine Crockett is a bad person for not wanting to do campaigning for a person that openly tarnished her name. You guys reap what you sow, and actions have consequences. Good luck to James Tallarico.
To the creators for giving us the opportunity to add our comment. Go down there in the comment section respectfully and add your comment. Y'all can give a follow to the creators. Y'all can see their handle on the screen. Give them a follow and let's just keep the conversation going. We are gonna say at this point, the black communities are just done trusting the allies. Yes, a lot of people are coming online, giving him, a giving him a thumbs up for being a man, for stepping up, for realizing what he said, for him to realize it and press another record to apologize. It takes a man, right? It takes a man, so let's give him the credit for doing that. But let's not forget why the black communities has been saying this for a long time, that it is so hard for us to trust people that they've not been in our shoes. You know what I mean? So you cannot blame the black communities for having that okay, we appreciate the highlights that y'all try to create around us or whatnot, but we still have to pause. That are y'all really an allies or not? You know what I mean? I am gonna give you guys the opportunity to listen to Hawk. What he said, how he apologized. Yes, his apologies were sincere because I watched it throughout. And I appreciate the fact that he came out to apologize. But we cannot dismiss the black community fear in terms of like having this kind of allies. We cannot dismiss the fear that we do have. You right? So I am gonna be rolling yo how he said it. I'm not gonna play yo what he said before this apology because I think the internet just went berserk on him. Like we trusted you as an allies, right? If Jasmine Crockett do not want to campaign, it is for Jasmine Crockett, just like she said. She is not running anymore. Why are we still talking about her? Can she breathe? Let me breathe. Can she rest? Right? But unfortunately, black community I just be like, okay, y'all do not want us in the position, but y'all need our help. So that's what I said. We cannot dismiss the fear, the conversation that the black communities are having concerning this issue. What do you guys think? Go down there in the comment section and add your comment. I'm gonna catch up with you guys in the next one. Let's listen to Hawk apology.
It's about 11:40 a.m. on Tuesday, June 23rd. In this video, I am apologizing for some things that I said Saturday night in a couple of videos that I put up. For context, I had read some news that Jasmine Crockett in the state of Texas was not going to be campaigning in support of or on behalf of or with James Tallarico for the U.S. Senate seat. And I got angry at that news. I was angry and my ego was kicking in, and I'm sure my privilege was kicking in, and I did not regulate my emotional state at all before I hopped on TikTok and hit the record button. And that is not to excuse anything that I said about her. It's my responsibility to take care of that before I record a video. And I criticized her greatly in my comments, and my comments caused harm. And my comments caused harm to Black Americans and to Black voters in Texas, the Black community, and Black people on TikTok, many of whom I'm privileged to be mutuals with. And regardless of my intent, I didn't intend to cause harm to all the people that I just listed. But, you know, another thing that I've learned on this app over the last 5 years is the difference between intent and impact. And the impact of what I said and the way in which I said it completely outweighed my intent, and the impact is what is important. And so I posted a couple of videos Saturday night on this subject, and it was very clear to me by Sunday, early on Sunday, that I had done something wrong. And what I did at that point was I needed to take a breath. I needed to calm down. I needed to engage my humility and my empathy. And I needed to just shut up and listen. And again, as I said, I'm fortunate for years to have been mutuals with a lot of Black creators on TikTok, people who I've learned a tremendous amount from, people who I've learned more than I ever learned in school about actual American history. And obviously, I am never going to have a full understanding of what it is like to be a Black person in the United States. And so I watched a lot of videos from a lot of creators, a lot of my mutuals like Halaku and Controversial Blonde, Maroon 5, and my mutual Danny, who was kind enough to remind me of a lot of history and provide me with a lot of perspective. But in the moment when I was recording those videos, I mean, again, it was a combination of anger and ego and privilege and probably arrogance in me thinking that I am right in approaching these circumstances from like a team sports perspective, and Democrats support Democrats, and that's what should happen. And you know, I was making demands essentially in those couple of videos. I was making demands on Jasmine Crockett, which obviously I have absolutely no right to do. And so I apologize. I apologize for the things that I said and the way that I said them. I was probably pretty condescending in my comments, and again, along with the impact, the things that I said were disrespectful and dismissive of Black people and Black voters in this country. And I apologize very, very much for that. I am very sorry. And it was just, in that moment, I just felt that what I was saying was correct, I guess, is how I would say it. And in that headspace, whether it was conscious or not, I mean, I didn't make or leave any room at all to consider other people, any other considerations, any other opinions, any other perspectives, any other experiences, which are obviously different than mine. But in watching the videos that I did from Black creators on Sunday and Monday, you know, some of the things that I did learn and some of the things that landed pretty hard with me and some of the things that I was not conscious of or considering or allowing as far as a perspective goes. I heard so many creators talking about the Democratic Party and saying you want our labor but not our leadership, speaking of Black voters. And, you know, stop demanding that Jasmine Crockett do a job that you, meaning white voters, wouldn't give her. And white voters are responsible for where we are right now with Donald Trump's second term. Majorities of white men and white women have voted for Donald Trump for 3 elections in a row. The only demographic groups that Donald Trump did not expand his voting percentages in the 2024 election was Black women, 92% of whom voted for Kamala Harris. And I also heard a lot of people say, you know, this was your guys' second chance, and you blew it. Meaning white voters, and not voting for Kamala Harris in 2024 in majorities, and in this Texas primary, a majority voting for James Tallarico over Jasmine Crockett. And I'm sorry, I made some notes. I'm not scripting this, but there were some things that I did want to mention, some lessons that I had learned. And I heard several creators say, stop demanding that a Black woman do a job that you wouldn't give her, and demand that she do that for a white man. And I heard a lot of creators say that throughout that whole primary process, there were white people who were saying that Jasmine Crockett was unelectable, and other things about her that were negative. And then why is it now that her voice is so powerful and so valuable after you said those things about her during the primaries? And that landed pretty hard with me. And again, I am very, very sorry for the things that I said and the way that I said them. I've been trying to just listen and learn for 2 days. And other comments that I heard, people saying, you know, that James Tallarico has not earned the Black vote in Texas, and somehow that's Jasmine Crockett's fault. and that is something for her to fix. And I also want to apologize that I made these comments and that I made them in the way that I did during Juneteenth weekend. That was incredibly insensitive of me. And again, it was dismissive and it was disrespectful of me. And I make no excuse or justification for that. And also another comment that I heard that I thought was very perspective shifting. It's like, why are people like me making these demands of Jasmine Crockett to assist or provide free labor for James Tallarico instead of us criticizing James Tallarico and demanding that he run a better campaign himself? And that one landed pretty hard with me as well. But sorry, I'm a little nervous and I'm trying to speak clearly and calmly, but I apologize for what I said and for the way that I said it. I don't make any justification or qualification or minimization for what I said and the way that I said it and the impact that it had on the Black community. I don't ever want my words or my content to have that kind of an impact on the Black community. And I am very, very sorry for all of this. I apologize.